Hi everyone. I'm just 1 minute late for my own live. Sorry about that. How are you guys doing? Just wait for just a minute for everyone to join. Whoever wants to join. And we'll get right into it. Hi. We have an interesting week ahead because we're going to be fasting this Wednesday. So it's not like proper fasting. Let me just put my other phone on do not disturb, and I need to use it for my notes. I look gorgeous. Thank you so much. Yeah, Monday mornings are more fresh than my other lives because it's morning. Thank you so much, Queen. How are you guys doing? Good weekend, We talked about a few things this weekend with some of you, and also on my videos that I've done this weekend. Somebody says I'm a winner. 60-day challenge for me in 28 days from today. My goal. Nice. We are winners. Anybody hit it in the lottery, like more than, because we're no longer putting like $20, $50 wins in our group. There's too many of those. So I want to know if anybody hit it over like $50 this weekend. I love playing the lottery. It's automatic for me. I spend about $20 a week on it, but I'm always ahead. No more than that. It's just like I have it on automatic subscription, and sometimes I get a scratch also, but not more than that. Play responsibly if you play. Oh, somebody got a lot of weekly challenges in the vacation. Yeah. This is an interesting question. I want to start the 60-day challenge, but I don't know what is stopping me. Yeah, there will be a lot of our beliefs, okay, thought forms are externalized, right? So when we release certain of our paradigms out there, they actually take their own energetic, they meet other thought forms that are just similar to them, and they gather together, and then they actually affect you negatively. I'm talking about negative thoughts about you, right? Like, for example, one of them would be, I'll never able to manifest that. This is mumbo jumbo. I'm not like, or it's not for me. I don't deserve really to get this. And those thought forms, if you've ever released them out there, they will come back to you and be like, they're fighting for their existence, right? Now, what are you doing starting a challenge that might change me or delete me? You know, it doesn't want that. Somebody's asking me if I play the same numbers. I do have a set of 7 numbers that I always play. I manifested the most with them was like $100 and something. But I constantly get like $20, $40 with those numbers. But other than that, like sometimes I just do quick picks. Like, I don't know. I want to open all avenues to the universe. You know what I mean?
1 sec.
What? 1 sec? Who said that? What's this? Oh my God. That was strange. That's my other phone connected to my car. I'm so not technical, guys. It's hopefully I'm not calling anybody. I think we're okay now. All right, where was I? Yeah, the lottery. Anybody won more than $50 this week? Were you affirming for your SP every day? I never affirmed for my SP. Watch my videos on the SP, because I always say how you look, guys. You can't objectify your SP. Okay, in this world we have objects and people. Okay, so the objects that are our creation, like a car is easy to manifest, right? Because it's an object and it's a different process to manifest it. If you do your SP work and you objectify them, then you may manifest them back by catching you catch their consciousness at a weak point and they come back, but then they leave you 5 times over for the same thing because you're the same person. If you manifest them that way, you have the same limiting beliefs that men will always leave, they'll always cheat, as you grow older, you're not so attractive, all of these beliefs. When they play out, you're gonna lose them again. So do not, I have to do another video on SP. Do not objectify your SP. I never affirm John Smith loved me. Okay, I affirm all men who have dated me want to marry me. Okay, they all wanted to marry me. They all, like, do you see what I mean? It's all about me. I am such marriage material. I am highly courted, highly wanted. I have such great qualities. Like, I am, you know what? Every day I wake up and I'm not a wife, that's a loss for a great man out there. Do you know what I mean? It's very different than John Smith, he loves me, call me, you know? Whisper method and all this stuff. Forget about this, because what you need to do in your SP work, you need the world to have a 3D reaction to you that is different than what it's had before. So once you walk into that coffee shop and you wrote down that you're mesmerizing and hypnotic, and somebody comes up to you and in the conversation says, you're hypnotic, you know, actually you have such a hypnotic smile. Okay, it happened to like 2 people in this group already with specific words. Then you're going to be like, wait a second, you know, I've changed something internally and my 3D is reflecting this. So all of a sudden, it will be easier for you to believe that you are the type of person to whom people have that type of reaction. And because of that, you're changing your gravitational field and your SP will be automatically drawn into it. Okay, do not objectify him. I digress. I wanted to say, welcome to the new members of the 60-day challenge. If you're doing the 60-day challenge, if you just purchased it last week, please consider being a member of the Facebook group for just for the 2 months you're doing the challenge. You're of course welcome to stay if you want to stay longer, but it's very inspiring in this group when I post our manifestation and when you see in what different ways these manifestations can come to you, right? Like the Ace of Spades was great. We got it in so many forms. We got it in people's tattoos that we pass by. We got it in pack of cards that were randomly popping in our experiences stores. Somebody saw it on a shirt, on a white shirt. Very nice manifestation from last yesterday maybe, or last weekend anyways. So when you see all this way in which you can, somebody saw it at a concert, like on stage, like it's just so inspiring. And we don't put any emotions, any emotional drama in there. It's like a joyful group. So please be part of the Facebook group if you're doing the challenge, in order to sort of connect to the group and be inspired by our manifestations. And I just want to see what else I want to talk about. The scammer, I have some scammer accounts now. So please, if anybody contacts you with my name and picture, it's not me. I don't contact anybody. If you need me, you have to contact me. Go to my bio and contact me if you need anything. But I don't sell anything. So I don't contact you to sell you anything. I just want to see what else. So let's talk about the fasting. So I said last 3 weeks of August, whoever wants to do the fasting challenge can. So we're going to do Wednesdays on August 16th, which is this Wednesday. Then August 23rd, which is the following, and August 30th, which is the last week. So this Wednesday, we're just doing vegan. We're starting slow. So vegan means no animal products whatsoever, no cheese, no eggs, no honey even. That just Google it and see like a vegan menu and prepare yourself. We have about 50 people who are doing this now. And tomorrow I'm going to post on the Facebook group a little meditation that we're going to do on Wednesday night, just to kickstart our energetic group. So this Wednesday is about clearing the energy of other life forms that we have ingested with intention, right? With power. And, you know, basically just giving them thanks and releasing their energy and just clearing it and manifesting it from not manifesting them, just clearing from any fear we may have absorbed from eating meat. That's the idea. Now, next Wednesday, it's going to be all liquids. And then the last Wednesday, it's going to be only water. Whoever's in has to be in for all 3 Wednesdays. So don't you chicken out on me and just be in for the vegan. Manifesting a specific dog. Oh my God, that's probably... I have somebody in the group who's manifesting a Birkin. That's all she wants. She bought the challenge to manifest a Birkin. And she manifested, she said, I've never seen a person with a Birkin in my own experience. I just know I want it. And she recently wrote to me. She's like my friend. Somehow she got a Birkin. You know, I was there at her office and I saw the Birkin. And I was like, Mona, quick, how do I give this back? Because I don't want this to be the result of my manifestation. So I'm like, oh my God. So we just talked a little bit about that. The Birkin is important. So I get it. Manifesting a specific dog. Yeah. Most people don't want to manifest marriage, abundance, jobs, travel, but dogs and Birkins work as well. You can have any manifestation you want. I had a French bulldog on my phone wallpaper and ended up with one. I once had that experience with my kitchen in my old house. I found a photo of, if I had money to renovate the kitchen, this is what I would do. And a year later, I found that photo and my kitchen looked exactly like that. But the crazy story is, nobody except people who are following me will believe this. The crazy story is this: I did not give any instructions on my kitchen renovation. Like, because I can't deal with that stuff. So I didn't choose the colors. I didn't choose, the person who did it was like a relative of a friend of mine who was in construction. And I said, just work with my friend and do whatever she would do for her house, because it was just overwhelming for me. So the way she did it, when I stumbled into that picture, it was exactly the same. And I have those two pictures, but I can't really do a video about it because nobody's going to believe me. They're just going to say, oh, you gave the instructions from this photo to do your kitchen that way, right? So it's not really a powerful video, but I know I didn't. So if you see a photo and it's something you really want and you're like, wow, this is, in that moment, you have the feeling, you have the vision, the speech, and the emotion is going to come, guaranteed. It took about 14 months for my kitchen reno. And I had forgotten about that photo. Carla, you're very welcome. Manifesting a home. A home I found it was easy to manifest a home. Manifesting objects, for me, it was always easy. Like on my story with like the watermelon, the home, I don't know if you guys are listening to my other lives, but I'm a literal manifester as well. Years ago when I was like, oh, I'd like to be married, I want to let me envision a wedding ring, I found one on the street exactly like the one I wanted. Of course, that's not what I meant, but I'm just a literal manifester. So now I'm very, very careful with the instructions that I give. So glad I caught a live. Been super busy lately. Queen, all my lives are on YouTube, just in case you want to recap on anything. They're all different topics now because I have so much material that you guys give me. And, you can always catch up at your own leisure. My eyes have changed. They are lighter. Yeah, your eyes will get lighter in the process of doing this work. And the sclera of your eyes, which is this white part of your eyes, right, will get wider and wider, because for most people it's not white. It's like, there's blood vessels in there and it's not clear, right? It's fuzzy. But your eye and iris and the white of your eye will become very white if you're doing this work and if you're tuning into this energy. It's like really your body realigning. It's nothing weird. It's your body realigning, going back to the proper energetic scaffolding that you're supposed to have as a child when you're born in this world, without all the heaviness of everything you've accumulated. Because this is the process of releasing, right? We're doing a lot of releasing here. Okay, let's get into it. We talked about all the admin, yeah. Fasting, we talk about scammers. Don't reply to any messages that you get from me. They're not from me. If you need to get in touch with me, please email me, because it's very difficult for me to type on my phone, so I don't really respond to DMs or anything like that. So just FYI, if you don't hear from me, email is the best way to reach me. Okay, let's talk about a few things. I collect certain emails that I get and messages that I get that I find it's to the benefit of all if we talk about them. And that's what I do during these lives nowadays. So I get a lot of emails about dreams. Okay, and I tell you guys in the 60-day challenge, please record your dreams. Because what's going to happen, even people who don't dream, or they say their dreams are not really meaningful, as they're doing the challenge and they're doing this work, the dreams are becoming more and more vivid. If you watch my previous lives, the emails that I read, it's all about my dreams are becoming vivid or lucid, or I just don't understand what they're saying. Just record them, because you will eventually understand. Dreams is a way for your subconscious to communicate with you. Many times when you're doing the work on specific affirmations, it will struggle against it. It will show you what's against it. So let's say you're saying you're adored, you're loved, you're wanted, you're highly courted as a woman. And then in your dreams, you'll dream about that one boyfriend from high school that broke your heart. And you'll wake up with this deep feeling of anger and sadness, or whatever feelings it incites, right? That's because your subconscious is struggling. It's not struggling, it's showing you where the blockage is. So the blockage is here, right? So once you see that blockage, if you record it, right? And I have somebody who said for 3 nights in a row, I had the same dream of very, very painful emotion. And I said to her, but this is like normal, right? You're affirming the opposite of what you've experienced in your life. So all those experiences are coming back to remind you, no, you're not loved. No, you're not. Your brain is struggling to keep status quo. You guys know that that's what your brain does, right? Your brain knows you're safe now while you're watching my live. And even though you might not have everything you want, it knows you're physically safe now. That's all it's wired to do. It's only wired to keep you safe. So it doesn't want to change anything from a status from where you're physically safe. Okay? So this is, it doesn't want to be reprogrammed. It's your spirit and the being inside of you. It's saying to your mind, I'm going to reprogram you. The mind doesn't want that. The mind will just be like, what the heck's going on? You know what I mean? I already know how to function safely in this world the way I am now. I don't want to change anything. So, the process, you don't need to understand exactly, but what you need to understand is please record all your dreams. And, if you do book a session with me, like some of you did, I want you to send me those dreams in advance, just so I can look at them, because they're messages on limiting beliefs mostly. So I just want to make sure we record them. And somebody asked on our Facebook group, do you guys ever have dreams that aren't super meaningful? Like they don't really mean anything, and they're kind of very, very random. And here's what happens to those dreams that are very random. They're caused by different things, okay? One is food that you're digesting during your sleep, which you shouldn't be doing. I told you, do not eat 3 hours or 4 hours, preferably, before you go to bed. Because food and digestion are the highest energy rubbers. Well, food and sexual activity. But let's say food, right? You don't want to go to sleep while your body's busy digesting food, right? Digest especially like animal products, animal meat or something like this. You don't want to have a steak at 9:30, go to bed at 10:30. Definitely not. Okay? So the food digestion will give you meaningless dreams, or will take away from your ability to connect to the formless substance from your subconscious mind, right? Because right now, think about it, this makes so much sense. Your mind needs to stay in 3D because your body has something to do. It has to digest. Digestion is extremely important. It's a priority for the body, right? So right now, it's not time for your soul to detach and go and get messages. Your mind, your subconscious mind has to stay present. It's also your subconscious mind that keeps your heart ticking and all your organs working. But now it's working overtime because it has to digest. I can't stress this enough. Food, do not eat 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. Okay, if you go to sleep at 12, you're lucky. Like me, you're lucky, right? Because I eat at 8, 7, and I'm okay. And then I don't eat anything. All right. So another thing is illness, right? If your body is physically ill, or it's distracted, right? Your subconscious is distracted because it's at that time repairing something or dealing with pain. It's in pain. If your body is ill, then your dreams will be random and meaningless. Another cause of random dreams would be a scattered mind, scattered just by 3D, right? So if at the end of the day, you're thinking about the events of the day in terms of replaying conversations in your mind, thinking about the Kardashians, thinking about, I don't know, all sorts of things. Like at the end of the day, obviously all your experts, like health experts, tell you, but I'll tell you from a metaphysical perspective, you cannot scroll on your phone before you go to bed, right? You have to have at least that 1 hour that is just for you before you go to sleep. It's just for you, or for you and your children, for you and your partner, but you're present in 3D. You're kind of purging. And you spend 10 minutes just rejecting any thought that comes. And you're talking to your subconscious. People ask me how to dream. You're saying, I want to know what's out there. Feel the formless substance. Feel the space around you when you close your eyes. Right? I'm talking about the space above your room, all the space. If you don't have the time to take for your mind to go to that space, and you coming here and be like, oh, why can't I manifest? Well, I don't know. What's your routine? What do? You watch a scary movie until 12 a.m. and then you go to bed at 12:15 after you snacked on something? Don't ask me why you have meaningless dreams. Okay, another cause of random dreams is unprocessed thoughts. You really need to think about what happens and process it for day to day, right? You need to realize, oh, I'm having a trigger now. I have triggers every day. It's not about having them. You can't stop them. It's just how long you spend in it. Oh, something triggered me. Like it triggered me today that I had to wait 10 minutes to get a coffee at Starbucks in line. It was too long, right? But in the moment I realized, I'm like, that's a trigger. Okay, I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to process this, and this is how it works. My options are, do not go for a Starbucks run before my live. This way I'll never be stressed about being late for my live, or just drop Starbucks and I can make a coffee at home and I'll be fine, right? Go like at other hours between 11 and 12 is always very busy. So you have to process the trigger, process the thought. What can I do to not be in this trigger again, right? It's very important. And then, the last one that will give you random dreams is other people's thoughts and your ability to absorb those thoughts. So if you're an empath, if you're a sensitive person, if you're sensitive to crowds, sensitive to other people's energy, if you're around people, or if your partner is constantly rattling you, he's in a rattling energy, if you're trying to meditate but he's making noise downstairs, or like things like this, right? Like you're absorbing that energy of what they're consuming, of what content they're consuming, or what mood they're in, right? If you're doing that, that will also give you, because right now your energy is very intertwined. So, the answer to why am I having dreams that are not super meaningful could be all of these things. All of these things, some of these things, you have to understand your life. You have to understand your place in your life. And you have to stop feeling like a stranger in your own life. The only reason you feel like a stranger in your own life is because you're not actually living your life. You're not actually present living your life, right? This is like, these things happen and you're just trying to manage everything that's happened around you. That's not living your life, right? Somebody says, I deleted Instagram, stop scrolling on TikTok since I found you, Mona. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it will be good for you. Irina, I'm glad to hear that. Make us a review of car outside. What are you talking about? In meditation today, I felt like a formless substance, and here you said it. Yeah, you'll connect to the formless substance around us. Somebody else on this live called it God's algorithm, but I like to think of it as the formless substance because it exists. Hold on a second, somebody's calling me. Guys, please don't call me. I don't take calls during my lives. I just hung up. And I just want to see if you guys have any more questions on dreams. Show us your car, make a depth tour. Seems off topic, King. It's a Land Rover. You can look online of what a Land Rover looks like. It's completely irrelevant. Don't come to my live and ask for this kind of things. I feel now so disconnected. Let's see. With everyone around me since the beginning of the challenge. Yeah, this is normal, right? Romaine, it's normal because you don't want to be that person who fit in with those people anymore. You want to be a different person, and that different person fits with different people and different circumstances. This is one of the first things that happened. That's why we're having so many breakups in our group. I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest with you. If your relationship is shit, it's probably going to fall apart because you're going to begin to find it intolerable and not in line with what you're manifesting of this goddess-like state, of this valuable person state. So it's either it's going to be a battle, right? It's going to be a battle. Am I this? Then why is the behavior not this? Right? So it's either they're going to win and convince you you're not this. Go back to, I have people who say, they email me and say, I got to the challenge. I was feeling really good. I was feeling transformed, but I don't know why at day 11, I stopped it. Yeah. And then I want to restart. Should I go from the beginning? This is like a month later. I'm like, you stopped it because everything in your life will try to get you to stop it. Do not discuss doing this challenge with anyone, except maybe like, you know, if you have a best friend, your mother, somebody who's going to be supportive of this, right? But if you have a toxic relationship or semi-toxic relationship, do not talk to anybody about doing this. Everybody wants to keep status quo, guys. Status quo is great for everybody in your life, except you. It's great for your mind too. All right, so we talked about dreams. Somebody said my dream was confirming of the work. You know what? Me too. Just this weekend, okay? I had a dream that I dreamt of a scenario that I'm envisioning for myself, that a next step scenario in my life that I'm manifesting in my life. And I dreamt for the first time that I was in that scenario. And I know when you envision something and then you dream it, that's your subconscious understanding. It's always been like this in my case. It's your subconscious having understood that instruction. I know this. It happened to me before. It happened to me even with something physical. I had a rash on my back that wasn't going away for like 18 months. And I was like, I'm going to heal this, and I'm going to stop with the creams, and I'm going to stop with everything, and I'm just going to heal this. And one night I dreamt of that area on my back being completely clear and have this like completely white, smooth, clear back. And within like a couple of weeks, that's exactly what it was. But when I dreamt of it, I knew that that was my subconscious. It understood my instruction. Oh, somebody said I had a breakup 5 days ago and she's part of our group. Yeah, we have a lot of breakups. It's all a good thing. The person either returns back and meets your expectations, your new expectations, or you're going to meet somebody better. Current relationships will become unbearable, guys. New moon manifestations are okay. I only use new moon energy. I don't do any tarot, astrology, anything like that. But for new moon, I do water cleansing. I have a video where I'm in the shower, where I'm fully dressed, but you should be fully undressed. So you pass through the water of the shower. I show you in my video exactly how to do it. And then as you pass through the jet, you know, you envision this new version of you. You physically step into this new version of you, and you do it 3 times, 6 times, 9 times with the 3-6-9 method. At what time do you meditate? I'll put all that on the group. I have to think of the exact meditation I want to do first, because I want to do like a 5-minute, 10-minute thing, right? Not more than that. And I just got to bring it into focus. I'll have it for you guys by tomorrow. But it will be like in the evening in North America. So either like tomorrow, sorry. I don't have a live on Wednesday. So it will be like 7 or 8 p.m. And if you're not in North America, that will fall at a different time for you. So you have the option of participating or setting an alarm for it. What if you hear affirmations in your dream? I love that. That's a good thing. I've never heard that before, but I love it. I think, you know, if you're visual like me, you will see the image, but you may be more audio sensitive. So, you know, it could just be that for you. I had 2 dreams in the past few nights of my SM confirming the relationship I'll have with my hubby. Yeah. Yeah, if you're part of this work and in tune, you will have that. Oh, all right, 12:30. I gotta get to the material, guys, in terms of what people have want answers for. So let me see. Where are my photos? I keep them all organized in albums with today's date. And then I go randomly to whoever tells me first. Okay, so somebody was asking me on a private message. I'm paraphrasing because I only have my response here, but she was basically saying, I'm watching all these videos where they're saying you have to activate, like, this process of manifestation is all about activating like your cortex or something like this, or a part of the brain. Maybe somebody on this live knows what I'm talking about. And you know, when you're activating this part of your brain, let's see if I have it, the antrera of the brain or something like this. No, it's not the pineal gland. It's actually something, part of the brain, right? And that part of the brain recognizes, like, let's say I think of number 888 and then I see it all the time. It's because that part of our brain was activated, right? So she's trying to dissect what really happens in manifestation. So my answer to her was like, I don't want to go analytical on exactly what happens in our brain, right? Because you can program your brain, reticular activating system. So you can program this reticular activating system, let's say, to see $1 million, right? But here's the problem. You know, of course, everybody's watched my video on $1 million, my manifestation. If you program just the reticular activating system with $1 million, you can see the $1 million everywhere, right? But unless it's in your bank, it's not going to matter. So this reticular activating system is not going to know what you mean. Okay, it's just going to be like alert the part of my brain to see $1 million. And it's not necessarily, there could be like 1 million ways in which you can see $1 million before it gets in your bank account, right? And then I say, I just want to see, I'm paraphrasing, it's a longer messages. And then I basically told her the more time you spend trying to analyze how manifestation works, the longer it's going to take for you to come. Because what needs to happen is the formless substance needs to create circumstances you can't yet think of. They don't come from your reticular activating system. Again, with the reticular activating system, you can see $1 million everywhere. But putting it in your bank and doing the work that we're doing has to do with putting it in your bank, right? It's useless otherwise. So, you know, in order, like, you just don't focus on how the brain works and how different areas work and light up and all of that. All of that is like, it's information. It's maybe useless information about a human biology, but you need to stay focused on connecting to the formless substance because it knows more than you. It's infinite intelligence. You can't, if you know the how you're going to get $1 million, you're probably not going to get it. Or it's going to take you 10 years because everybody can make $1 million over the next 10 years if they work really, really hard. They have a really high paying job right now and they work hard and they save and they invest. You know, if you want to do it that way, fine. I don't want to do it that way. I have no idea, but I know it's coming, right? And it's the same with anything else. Use a 3-digit code. Yes. If you see the 3-digit code, the way does it count? When I see my 3-digit code and it's not exactly like, if I don't ask it a question, if I ask it a question, a yes or no, I only take my exact 468. But sometimes and many, many times I see 684, 864. And that's just, to me, that's a nod from the universe. It's saying, oh, you're here. Do you want to talk to me? And sometimes I'm like, thank you, but I'm not, I don't need anything today. I don't have a question. So see it as you being acknowledged, but don't use it for a yes or no response unless it's the exact digits. All right. What else have we got here? There is one thing, the screen says, there's one thing that bothered me for quite some time. I feel like my time is always not enough. Time scarcity mindset. I'm not a procrastinator though. Would like to ask if there's any affirmation so I can manifest a slow-paced life, work life, feel more relaxed, and feel like I have an abundance of time and I don't need to rush. So you guys know a time discussion is very long, but you guys all know that time is also a human-made concept. And there's many, many stories of people who manifested being at a certain place that was 2 hours away in 45 minutes. I've tested this on the road. As long as your brain thinks it's reasonable, like let's say my brain is very logical, right? So for me, I'm always in a struggle against my brain. So what I do is I actually cover the time, right? Like I put a sticker on the time on my car And then I say, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. And invariably, I can if the place is like 20 minutes away. Like, it has to be reasonable. Like, it can't, for me, can never be, you know, it's 2 hours away and I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. Not that it's not possible. It's just not possible for me. And I can't spend the time to retrain my brain in terms of time. But back to her question, she's saying, how can I manifest more time around me? Here's the thing you got to understand, even from a social perspective. You don't actually need to do all the things that you think you need to do every single day, right? You really don't. And if the things that you give a priority to, like, you have to wake up and be like, what am I going to do today? You can't wake up and get on your emails to see what you're going to do today, right? You can't wake up and be like, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I guess the world will give me stuff to do and I will respond to that by doing it. You have to be very, very focused on what you're going to do that day, right? So if I set my time to answer emails is between 11 and 12, and that's when I start and that's when I end, because I have my day filled with what I want to achieve today. And whatever doesn't get answered between 11 and 12, I might have another time at night or I might not. Then it just doesn't get done, right? Because for me, the space that I need around me and the space that I need in my mind in order to teach these materials, to talk to people, to, like, it can't, like, when I have a call, it can't be like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. I got to get on my call with this person. I need to re-review their email. I need to sit with them. I need to afterwards think about what they said, see what spirit tells me to tell them. Do you know what I mean? So if I don't allow myself the space to contemplate what's happening, what I want to achieve, then, you know, my life would be random and subject to what other people want. So in order to manifest more time, socially, you have to drop a lot of things from your plate of what you're doing. Even your approach to your 9-to-5 job has to be different in order to, you know, you tell yourself what you want to achieve today in this day of work. Okay. And you're going to achieve A, B, C, and then you're going to get back to everybody. Right? You guys notice that people like check their emails every 5 minutes. Nobody needs a response in 5 minutes. And then the second thing you need to do is actually take time in your own mind to project out that space that we talked about into the formless substance. Don't tell me you do laundry. You can wear the same t-shirt from yesterday. Okay? Because what you're manifesting inside your mind is so much more important. It's prioritizing the space that you're projecting, the space. If you don't have that space around you, you can't manifest anything. You're too caught up in all these thought forms, all these tasks, all these energies that are circulating all around you all the time. Right? Like, sometimes maybe you don't need to make dinner or lunch every day. Skip your lunch if you don't have time to pack it. Skip it. You'll feel better. Your digestion will get better. Do you see what I mean? I feel like this is more like life coaching advice in order to manifest more time. The only affirmation you can do, and I've done this affirmation, there's always plenty of time. And this has nothing to do with the fact that time doesn't exist, right? This is just for your logical brain to understand. There's plenty of time. I'll be there on time. Everything always gets done. Done is better than perfect. I say this in my family a lot. I stole it from an old boss of mine. Done is better than perfect. Yeah? You know? Where was I? Okay, another question. I am having a little trouble with my 3-digit code. This weekend, I asked the universe if I see my code on the night before I left for home, I would go to the casino. Well, I did see my number and I went to the casino and I won money, but it wasn't the amount that I wanted. So I gave it back energetically. Then today I asked the universe, if I see my number, I will put $20 on betting horses. I saw my number and I almost had a really big win, but there was an inquiry, so I didn't end up winning what could have been the big pot. Now, I don't understand this, what she's saying here. There was an inquiry. Oh, maybe she meant there was an injury and I didn't end up winning what could have been the big pot. Then she continues on to say, I feel like I'm super close to figuring out this process, but wondering if the 3-digit code has to feel significant. Like, you can't just see it somewhere and be like, yeah, that's the number. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong. So, Queen, you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, your 3-digit code seems to be working fine, right? You got it. You asked if you should play the casino. You did. It wasn't the number that you wanted. The second time you asked, you put $20 on horses and you almost had a big win, but there was an injury. So here's the thing. The universe gives you, yes, you should do this, or no, you shouldn't do this. It doesn't, we talked about how the universe doesn't understand about this number that you have in your mind as it relates to money. I talked about this in many of my lives, and you guys need to get it through your head, okay? It doesn't actually understand the number as it relates to the concept of money. When you have that feeling like you want to win, that's all it understands. So you're using your 3-digit code and you're saying, should I play the casino? It told you yes, you did win, but you're like, oh, it's not, whatever she wanted to win. Well, the universe doesn't work that way. It doesn't, do you see what I mean? Then it's a totally different question. Then it's like, should I play today such that I am featured in the newspaper as the big win? And then if you associate that image with your speech and your feeling at how it feels to sit there on the podium and be photographed for the big win, that would be a more appropriate question. But then you have to take the no, because the answer may be no. Right? Then you can't be like, oh, I saw that and now I'm going to go and play the casino anyways, because anyways, I'm going to win $20 or I'll just lose $20, because now the universe told you no and you didn't take that. I'm back. Can you hear me? Because my battery was low and it's froze for a second. You're welcome, Erin. Your code's working fine. You're very talented, Queen. Very talented. You've done well before in the past. Okay. We have a couple of more things here. Somebody left these comments on my, on some of my video, one of my video. Mona, help. I tried to manifest my SP in the past, but I didn't see movement, so I stopped. I really want to believe it's possible, but I'm not convinced. I have worked on myself and changed a lot, but I feel there's more work to do and I feel stuck. I don't know where to go from here. I can't get him out of my mind and I don't want to. It feels nice and safe, and I honestly believe we are somehow connected. Well, I talk about the SP at the beginning of this live, Queen. If you can't get him out of your mind, you can't do it this way. Right? Yeah, the sigh. You can't. It's a decision, right? I told you guys, this stuff is simple, but it's not easy. And you shouldn't listen to anybody who tells you it's easy. It is extremely difficult to take somebody out of our mind, right? Especially when we're associating feelings of love and feelings of, I know what she's talking about with this feeling. She feels like if she purposely erases him or forgets about him or rejects thoughts of him, he will just go away forever. And it's a huge fear, right? A lot of women have, right? So it's really choosing yourself over choosing him. That's what it boils down to. Are you going to choose him and live in the memories of him and live in he's coming back and forth? Or are you going to choose yourself and a good life for yourself? And I'm going to tell you, you can manifest. I was on a phone with a client this weekend and, she's like, I'm manifesting this guy and I'm manifesting this guy. And I said, but what do you really want? She said, I want to be remarried and I want to live in this place. I said, you only have to stay. That's the difference. That's between you manifesting for yourself and you objectifying your SP and being in this energetic spell-like whisper method, whatever crap they're teaching you to do out there. Let's just be here where you're married and you're living in this place that you want to be. Can you do that? Yeah, I don't know if I can stop thinking of him. That's where the work comes in. That's the work I can't do for you. Right? And I told her every day for 30 days, you do the specific thing and you really need to make your life about you. Men have a much easier time doing this than women because we're taught never to make our lives about ourselves, right? We're taught that. It's one of our paradigms, the way women are raised, right? It's always about others. So somebody says, this is interesting. I manifested 97% of what I wanted in a man. 97%. How do I redo to get 100%? He's just not for me. And I responded to her, oh, I did the same thing at some point. Turns out the 3% can be a deal breaker. And I said, I will address it during tonight's live. Look, guys, if you manifest with a list, you got to be damn sure your list is complete. Okay? Because I made this list. And if you guys listen to my SP live that I've done at the end of July, in the summer of 2021, when I decided that's it, I'm going to find the perfect life partner, I made this list. It had like 11 or 12 items. 2 of them were extremely specific. One of them was the breed of dog that he would have, just so I recognize him, because I'm a literal manifester. And every single item on that list, I swear to you, every single item was in this person, okay? But the 3%, the element, turns out very important. I input it on that list, right? This is the risk of manifesting, of creating this person, because that's what you're doing. You're creating the energetic version of this person, and the physical person that matches this energetic thought form that you made will come to you. This works 100% of the time, but most of the time it ends up like this queen is saying, and like it happened to me. Most time a key element will be missing. You forgot. You can't make this list expansive enough that it has everything. Very few of us can do that. I gave up on the list immediately after. I was like, I'm not doing this spell anymore. I'm gonna manifest a man based on how I would want that man to make me feel and react towards me on a day-to-day. Not how tall he is, not how much money does he make, not where does he live, not the type of dog he has, none of that. Okay, none of that. I'm gonna manifest because, I would only fall in love. Like if I say I'm so in love with my husband who treats me like a queen every single day and wakes me up with kisses every single day, then obviously that man is gonna fit this damn list, right? He's obviously gonna be somebody I'm attracted to, or I wouldn't marry him. He's obviously gonna be at a certain income level, or I wouldn't date him. Do you see what I mean? This list is useless. So queen, the answer is, go back and make this work about you, about what this relationship is to bring in your life, right? Not a list of him, about you. What's he bringing to your life? What's he bringing on a day-to-day? That's so funny. I thought my husband would have a Tesla. I met a man with a dog named Tesla. I gave it back. That's like my story with the ring, right? I'm envisioning my wedding ring and then I find a wedding ring on the street. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Like sometimes these things are hilarious, but it's the universe fulfilling our request in the easiest way for it. Yeah. So be careful the way you manifest your spouse. Okay. So now one final question, and then I'll take some questions from you guys. Dear Mona, is it possible to manifest on behalf of someone else, i.e., my partner is looking for a job, I'm manifesting and meditating and visualizing, and he already has that job. Is this possible? And I told her, yes, it is possible in this case, and I will take it up on today's live. Here's why it's possible. It's possible for you to manifest for anybody that's intertwined into your energetic field with emotion and socially intertwined, okay? So it's possible, that's why it's possible to manifest getting rid of a boss at work, right? Because somehow your energy, but with a partner, you're very strongly energetically connected, especially because sexual energy is very potent, right? So with your child, especially if your child is young, and with your partner, these are the easiest people you can manifest for. And of course, you should only do it to their highest benefit, which is clearly what she's doing to manifest for him a role that's within, like it's a promotion or what have you. So I want to tell you guys that I have this friend. She's more of a new friend, like maybe a couple of years she's been in my life. And she's just this amazing woman. Okay. She comes from a developing country, and, she hasn't personally achieved very much in her life, but she is a super manifester. And what she manifested and the way she described to me sort of her process and what she's been doing since she was a child, she manifested herself out of that developing country. She manifested herself. She just manifested herself a plane ticket, which she couldn't afford, to go to like better country. She manifested meeting a man who's highly successful, which she did. She manifested getting married to him. She manifested like the whole life story that she had, she manifested. Unfortunately, her first marriage didn't work out. Of course, that's, has to do with more than one factor. But then she manifested meeting a man that, would be, she just envisioning her own life on manifesting the type of man who could offer her the life she wanted by keeping the focus on her, right? So she met another high value man that she's been with now 6 years. Now, this high value man, let's say he was at a level of a really great income when she met him. But over the last 6 years, she's brought him to almost the CEO of the company. Okay. And he knows that. Like, he knows that there would be specific things like this woman is a master manifester for others, for like her partner, for like her children, right? And she doesn't care about, manifesting a career for herself or what have you, because she's just, her role as a mother and a spouse is so perfect for her. She's so great at that, right? And so the question is, can you manifest for others? I'm telling you, over the last few years, she's taking this guy from glory to glory. You can definitely manifest for your partner. You can definitely manifest for your children, and you can manifest for anyone you're emotionally. Now, when you're focusing on them, make sure like you're caught up with the energy of their lives, right? Like if you're manifesting for them, you're not going to be able to put the same energy in yourself. So make sure you're along for that ride. In this case, she's saying, I think she's manifesting for her husband, so it's okay. Yeah. Our ideal SP manifesting. Okay, what have I missed? We have like 5 minutes for questions. Then we're going to do the 369 method with I am a winner. Oh, I didn't tell you this week's challenge. Okay, so I told you guys I don't make up these challenges. They kind of come to me. And I don't know why, but they're getting more and more interesting. Like, it used to be like a turtle and a horse and things like that are really, and when the Ace of Spades came to me, I was like, my God, this is really hard manifestation. Are people going to be able to do it? Right. So anyways, I put it out there and I was like, I was surprised at how it worked out, for me as well. Right. And right now, as I was thinking of it this morning, I had a thought of what I was going to tell you guys. And then I was like, my God, that's going to be too hard for everybody. And then I felt like, someone told me like, stop thinking that, they're more, anyways. So the thought was 2 white doves. Okay. Like, I don't know. I find it like I get anxiety now. Where am I going to find 2 white doves? Right. But that's what came. So that's what this week's manifestation is. They just come to me. Okay. Let's see who can do it. We should all be able to do it, because otherwise it wouldn't have come to me. I will post it on the Facebook group as well. I want to manifest a partner and moving to another country. Also, her story is beautiful. Yeah. It's keep your mind on the feeling you have living in this other place without thinking of, Spain. Just walking the streets that you want to walk and eating in the restaurants you want to see. If you want to see the ocean, being by the ocean with your spouse, seeing like make him faceless, just see your feeling of being held, of being woken up with a kiss, of being make it all about you and this dream life about you. Just when you wake up, feel that smell of the pancakes he's cooking in the kitchen, even though you live alone now. That's how real you have to make it. Do you reckon what? Let's see. Do you reckon that our life and image is what we want in the near future, or even 5 to 10 years in the future? You cannot set a time frame for your manifestation. They come when they come. Okay. So if you mean like putting, your engagement ring or wedding, you can't say I want this in 5 years. And for now, I just want a college degree, because you might manifest them out of order. Like you have to completely let go of this concept of, or don't put them on the vision board. Just put on the vision board. If you really don't want to manifest a husband because you're too young, then don't put it on the vision board at all. Just do your vision board differently once a year or something like that. Just put the images you want to come right now. Because if you put the images you want for the next 20 years, you don't know what's going to come first. If you put an image with the baby, you might get the baby outside the marriage. Do you see what I mean? Like it doesn't, you cannot tell it the concept of time. Do white pigeons count? Yeah, if you see two white birds together, I think that would count because it came to me as an image. I just identify it as doves. I don't know. It will be easy. Okay. What is the challenge? Two white doves. I've done it before without intention. No. Should we give lukewarm manifestation back on the spot, or it's okay even after a few weeks have passed? Well, ideally on the spot, right? So the idea of giving it back is you don't recognize that, you don't accept that as the result of your manifestation. But a lot of us didn't know that. Like I didn't know that at the time with the $1 million bill that I found, right? I now recognize things that are kind of like my manifestation, and I'm like, no. This is funny, but I'm not accepting it, you know? So you saw me ripping up that $1 million note. You should do the same. Now I have to redo it from scratch now, because now I just realized I had accepted that as the result of my manifestation. How do you work on health blocks? Okay, guys, so anything with the body, I think I need to do more details on a live about this. And I'm going to do a video. You guys got to pay attention. I'm going to do it either today or tomorrow about the structure. You always have to go back to the structure of the world. Your body is inside your mind. Okay? There is the spirit that contains the mind inside of it. And I'll do a video just to explain to you visually. And then the body is here. Once you understand the body, like everything that's around you is the contents of your mind. You have to see the world that way. And therefore, your body as being part of this contents of your mind is imagined by your mind. So in order to remove health blocks, to lose weight, to set your weight to a certain weight like I did, you really have to see the world differently. The way the structure works has to be different. Do not make it specific to you. I'm manifesting my diabetes away. That's not how it works. I need to do something more detailed on this. But I want you to contemplate what you think your body is versus what I'm telling you it is. It's a manifestation from inside your mind. Your mind, everything around you is the contents of your mind, spilled out from different times you envision the world. In fact, when you start to recognize things around you, like, oh, I've seen this place before, like this is kind of like this, I thought of this, or I dreamt of this, it's because it's been in your mind before it happens. So this sensation is very familiar to a lot of people. Like, I've been to this place that I've never been. I've seen this before, you know? I have a lot of people tell me, I feel like we've met before. Like I know something, like it's something about you is just very familiar to me. I've gotten that my whole life. Oh my God, I see two white doves now. Come on, send me a picture, email me a picture. Let's see. Guys, do the 60-day challenge. You won't regret it. I'm focused on my SP or better. Should I only focus on the better? Like no hoping on a new version of him. Do not manifest a new version of him. You're only manifesting a new version of you. I can't say this often enough. You're manifesting the version of you that's loved, adored, wanted, that's provided for, that's protected, that's prioritized, given attention. This is where your affirmations need to stay. The new version of him will match your energy once you get there. But if you're manifesting a new version of him, go back and watch this live from the beginning because I talked about it, right? Then you're objectifying him. It's very difficult to create a different person. You're not God. You can't create a better person. You can only attract a better person once you become different. This concept is very simple, but it's not easy. I'm trying to manifest my eczema away. You can. Many people have. I keep dreaming of my grandparents' apartments. Why? Unprocessed emotions, a lot of limiting beliefs happening there that your subconscious is pointing out to you. My SP liked my story, and I know that doesn't mean anything, but is it a positive sign? I think you should block him. If all he does is like your stories and says, hey, what's up? What are you doing? While you're doing this work, I don't want you to observe a version of him that all he does is likes your story. You can unblock him later. I want you, Rashmi, what I want you to do is change this version of you Go out there into the world and observe a different reaction that men have to you. This is very important for all of you queens who are manifesting SPs or who are single. Stop monitoring what the SP does in this current version of him. And this current version of him is pathetic. He's liking your stories. It's pathetic. Okay, he doesn't even have the guts to say hello. In this, block him and focus on a version of you. Wait until you see 3D reacting differently to you. And from that perspective, when you feel different, you can unblock him then and see if his reaction is different. Guys, if you're not doing the work, if you're not doing the hard work, I can't do that for you. I'm providing you guidance. I'm providing you an organized system to organize your mind every day in the 60-day challenge. But you're the one who has to do it. You have to be stronger than 3D. You have to decide that you're stronger than 3D. I'm selected, respected, fully accepted. All the time, always. That's a basic. The basis. Now, on top of that, you put that you're adored, you're highly courted, you're wanted, you're provided for. Don't just go the basic, that you're accepted. Okay, to write a new story. I don't know. You have to ask them. What if our SP doesn't know where we live? Don't worry about that. Did you get a new reaction from men, Irina, yet? You're too far ahead. You're not there yet. Have you changed your concept of yourself to get a new reaction from other men? I think we've come up to the end here. Yeah, definitely. Guys, these lives, I hope you take the educational content out of it. I really hope you're doing the work. I want to encourage, especially women, to really understand that if they don't prioritize themselves, and if they don't prioritize taking time for themselves, doing work for them, prioritize, you spend like $20 on a lipstick, okay? That's, when you're putting it on, the majority of that energy is for the world. What are you doing just for you to increase your own value inside, such that this person inside is projecting this confidence and this energy and this, this incredible power, knowing like, oh, this didn't work out. It's fine. It's fine. My God. What are you talking about? It didn't work out. Like, I'm just like, he won't do well without me. You know what I mean? Like, he really won't. Like, I want him to go on a couple of dates just to see, like, I'm irreplaceable. Oh my God. That's how you got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much, Carla. Yasmin, thank you. God bless you too. God bless everybody on this live, everybody in our group. Bless each other. Remember, like, you have to contribute to the group with energy and everything. I want some lottery win stories, okay? 2 white doves for this week. Let's put our hand together for the 369. I am a winner. I will do a video on health. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.